So these are my two remaining ferals that I am working to relocate. You know, it's not an overnight process. Our growth in identity truths is not an overnight process. It takes time. There is no shortcut to learning the deeper and deeper truths of the implications of what Jesus accomplished for us on the cross. And it's a daily renewal, and each day is fresh. I am dead to yesterday. I am dead to yesterday's mistakes. Today, I am alive in the present. I am alive because I have been resurrected to newness of life with Christ in me as the life-giving Spirit. So that's another reason why I think Jesus says, don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about the future, because all we have is today. All we have is now. All we have is the present. When we are reckoning our flesh as dead and held in the place of death, and when we are resting in our identity in Christ, just as these cats have an identity, I have named both of them. The gray and white is named Smokey, and the black and white over there is named Lizzie. They both have identities. I know who they are. I have an identity in Christ. He knows my name. Every hair on my head is numbered. And I'm so thankful that it never gets old. It never gets old. Identification truths never get old. The identification truths teach me how Jesus is my living water, my bread, my wine. And every day it's new and fresh, and every day the renewal is better than the day before. It gets better and better and better. Does that mean I don't have bad days? No, of course not. Does that mean I don't have battles with my flesh? No, everybody does. But overall, in general, as I'm learning these deeper identity truths of the cross, and that I have been circumcised from my old man, that I've been cut off, crucified from my old man, and that all I have to do is just rest in Christ and realize that I am of the 8th day, that Jesus has finished all the work, and now he is doing the new work of the 8th day through me, that I am dead to the old creation. I'm dead to yesterday. I'm dead to 5 minutes ago. It is such an amazing truth. And, with the work that the Lord has enabled me to do with these ferals, it's not an overnight thing. Me learning about the process is definitely not an overnight thing. But I've been learning so many biblical identification truths through these little ferals that, and I never would have chosen to do this, but the Lord would, for whatever reason, when we moved in, the previous owner had been feeding the cats and they weren't fixed, and I had to do something. So I was kind of allowed to be thrust into it, not of my choosing. But now that with the Lord's help, that He's been teaching me so much through this work about identity truths, that it's just amazing what different things that the Lord uses to teach us about Him and who He is, and about who we are in Christ. That we have been crucified with Him in His death. We've been buried with Him in His death and His baptism. We've been baptized into His death. We have been raised to newness of life with Him in us as a life-giving Spirit. We are of the new creation. We are of the 8th day. We are the new man. We are not the old man. We are the new man. And as we reckon on that positionally, and as we reckon on our position in Christ, it positively impacts our condition down here. And it's just, I pray that this encourages y'all today. All right, be blessed.